Hey BC, Spencer back. Wanted to do a contest response to Citizen Toxie 69's 200 subscribers thread. Under the Influence. Raul, awesome channel. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Talks about all kinds of music. Focuses on metal mostly, but talks about lots of other stuff, so definitely check it out. Awesome, knows the stuff really well. Anyway, man, wanted to answer your thread. I thought it was a kind of a cool topic because ever since I got into the VC, you know, I found out about so many bands I didn't even know about, or bands that I'd heard of but never really checked out. And after so many people recommend something, you tend to take notice and check it out. So what I'm going to show is just a few things that I've been influenced by from the VC, but there's tons more, I'm sure. Starting off with what's playing is this is the record playing is Why Our Chair's Missing. This is Wire's second album. And this is a reissue on Four Men with Beards, and I don't know, it came out at some point. Who cares? Anyway, I had heard the name a few times, and of course, this is probably the most famous album, their first album, Pink Flag. I'd heard of this. I'd seen this cover. It's pretty iconic now, I think. But I never really gave them a chance, never really listened to them, which is stupid because they're totally up my alley. I love kind of post-punk, I guess you'd call them. I love that stuff. Like it's one of my favorite genres and has been for a long, long time. Some of my most favorite bands of all time would be probably put into this category. So I don't know, it's just one of those bands I never checked out for some reason. So with this band, I'm gonna have to say that both Derek and Stefan73 turned me on to them because they both mentioned that they really, they both loved this band and they both had tons of stuff by them. And they're still going today, and this album came out in, what was it, like mid-70s or something? So yeah, awesome. So I totally have them to thank for this. So thanks, guys. Also, I think just the fact that I've been getting into metal like crazy in the last probably 5 or 6 months, I think that's totally due to the VC, and just there's so many people showing so many amazing metal records that I just had to get into it more, and I've gotten into it in a big way, and I've actually got several orders as Christmas presents to myself. Have to give a shout out to, I forget who posted it, but I think it was last week. Well, for Black Monday, Black Friday, someone had posted that Hot Topic was doing a sale on the new Sword album. I love the Sword. Only own their first album on CD. Have some other stuff just on MP3s, the other 2 albums. But the new album was super cheap on Hot Topic, so I was able to pick that up from them, mentioning that it was so cheap. It was like $12. But I have to say, I had to get it mailed to a friend of mine in the States because I live in Canada, and the shipping was going to be like $30, which is just insane. So anyway, I am eventually going to get the record, but just not directly to my door, which kind of sucks, but that's what I get for living in Canada. At least I have free healthcare. So anyway, another album that I totally got into from watching the VC is this one, The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. I had seen this album a million times, seen the cover, didn't know anything about it, and then people just kept showing this. So eventually I was like, okay, well, I have to check it out. And then I actually found not 1 but 2 copies in my dad's collection, which I recently acquired. So that was just amazing. And then it turns out it's amazing psychedelic, and I really like psychedelic stuff, and I'm totally into this. So, really cool. Score. And then not so much an album, but a band that, you know, I once again, like, just from osmosis, just so many people mentioning this band, and they're Canadian, and of course you know what I'm going to say already. Yeah, it's Rush. So I thought I'd show all my Rush stuff. I think I've shown some of this stuff before. And all this stuff I've gotten used at thrift stores. One of the best thrift stores vinyl finds to date that I've had was a bunch of Rush stuff. So we got All the World's a Stage, the live album. Very cool. And the first album with Neil Peart, Fly By Night. These aren't in any order or anything. Farewell to Kings. Super cheesy photo. '12. This copy's in pretty bad shape. The sleeve's actually in pretty good shape, but I think the record itself, if I remember, is pretty bad. Actually, it's not that bad. It just needs to be cleaned. I think I may have another copy of that. Chorus of Steel. Yeah, these are all gatefolds, which is cool. Exit stage left. It's another live one. And signals. So that's it for my Rush on vinyl. Obviously I'm missing some important stuff like moving pictures, permanent waves, and a bunch of other stuff. But, oh yeah, and I'm actually going to do a quick shout out to a non-VC member, good friend of mine who has been into this type of stuff, metal, for years, and you know, I kind of skittered around it. I mean, you know, I'd listened to Sabbath and stuff like that for years, but never really got into it, and then just lately he's been like really getting into it even more, and that's obviously rubbed off on me a bit. And he sent me music by both Dio and Judas Priest. Both bands that, you know, I had never really listened to in the past that much. You know, I listened to this stuff when he sent it to me, and I realized, wow, especially Dio, it's just amazing. How could I not have gotten into this before? That said, I'm going to stop there. What can I say? It hasn't been said already. I love watching your videos, Raul, and keep posting, and awesome contest. Thanks.